Hey, Facebook. So listen, man. I do a lot of videos about a lot of lighthearted topics, but sometimes you just have to dive a little bit deeper. And I'm talking about an issue today that I think a lot of women have definitely experienced, are living with, or are currently living in fear of, and that is the issue of rape. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of women in our country right now that are either survivors of rape, they are in relationships where they themselves have been raped, and they may now be scared to talk about it, they may be scared to voice their opinions, or they're trying to recover from a past rape. And I don't toss that word around lightly, because in this Bahamian society we are very hypersexual. And there are a lot of men out there that are unable to control their sexual desires and their sexual impulses. And as a result, the queens of our land are now suffering. And rape is one of those things that damages and cuts very, very deep. I'm talking, it hits you at your self-esteem. It makes you rethink your spirituality. It makes you question if you can be loved again. There are so many things that runs through the mind of an individual that has been raped. And that's why I think today I want to shed a little bit of light on this very, very sensitive issue. Now, I know a lot of times when we hear stories of rape, right? We usually think it's some random mugger in the night who's been stalking this woman running in the park, or someone who's been following her from her last place, wherever she was out. But sometimes we forget that rape can also happen in relationships. And I know for a fact that there are many women in relationships that have probably been beaten. Their boyfriends, their husbands have come home drunk and high on who knows what. And in one random act, no just doesn't work anymore. And what once started off as a beautiful relationship, you now find yourself living in fear. You now find yourself having to deal with high levels of anxiety. And I understand that a lot of you are scared to even leave the relationship because you're thinking to yourselves now, what else is this man capable of? What else can he do to me? Then, of course, there's the issue now of should I report him or not? Because you still have feelings for him in the back of your mind, but you don't know if you want to press charges. Because then that's going to drag all kinds of attention towards you. What is his family going to think? What is your family going to think? The perceptions of others can sometimes become so strong. It takes your attention off of your own healing process, and it now puts the attention on trying to control other people's feelings, which, as you know, is near impossible to do. So I wanted to just give some of you ladies out there that are listening just a few tips on how you can maybe start this healing process, because I know it can be very hard. And one of the fundamental things you have to remind yourself of is that it's not your fault. I've talked to a lot of rape victims here in my practice, and I've talked to a lot of people who's just been open about their situations, and there's always some level of guilt that resides within that person. And you have to understand, it's nothing that you could have done to prevent it, or it's nothing that you could have done that would have enticed them along. Now, I know there are a lot of commercials out there that says, oh, you shouldn't wear these types of things when you go these places. But that's bullcrap, okay? We are all responsible for our individual actions, okay? We all have temptations every day. We all sometimes feel guilted into doing certain things. And at the end of the day, we have ourselves to blame. So do yourself a favor, okay? Find the deepest part of your soul, and you need to pull that part out of you that says it was not my fault. Because we are in control of ourselves. No one has a gun to our faces, okay? We are responsible for every action that we give to this world. The second thing I want to help people understand is that you must try your best to stop trying to change the past, because there comes a lot of times when people who are victims of rape, they always talk about the shoulda, coulda, and woulda. And we are unable to change our past. And the fact that you are trying to change your past means you don't believe it wasn't your fault. And there's nothing, like I just said, that can justify rape ever. So you have to find it inside of yourself to stop focusing on those things that you think you could have done differently, to the way you should have probably handled it, to the way you were moving, to the places you were going. You can't change the past, and you shouldn't beat yourself up in that way, okay? You already have a lot of emotional scars. It doesn't make sense for you to add on top of those scars as well. The third thing you need to remember is that your assaulter is a piece of crap. He doesn't deserve the right to control your day. He doesn't deserve the right to control your mind, your emotions. And you have to begin focusing on what you are able to control. And that is your future. You are in charge of your tomorrow. The best way you are able to focus on tomorrow is by finding the positivity in each and everything that you do. I don't care how big it is, I don't care how small it is. It can be dessert, it can be watching your favorite show, but you just have to do something positive every single day. If you don't, you're not going to be able to remind yourself that life is still worth living, that I am still a person of worth, that I still have a soul, that I can still feel joyous and pleasurable things. So do yourself a favor and begin looking for the good things in life. I don't care if it's as small as a penny or as big as a car. Do whatever it takes to find that positivity in your life. And the last bit of advice that I really want to talk to the women out there about is I don't want you guys relying on other people to help heal you, okay? And by that I mean you cannot heal yourself by moving forward into another relationship. When it comes to issues such as rape and beatings and abuse, you have to understand that you need to seek professional help. There are therapists out there, much like myself, who are willing and who are able to help you with these issues. And a lot of times when you keep to yourself, when you trust your own self to heal you, you must understand that you yourself are broken. So how can a broken person heal something that's broken? Alright? I know it's going to take a lot of courage. It's going to take a lot of gumption. But do your best to make that call, okay? And I'm just going to put this number out there for any of you that want to call. It's a private line. It's my professional business. It's 356-7983-04. And I put that out there because I know that there are people out there who are hurting. There are people out there that are suffering. And guys, I just hope that this video today could have at least started or at least sparked some curiosity that you do have a chance, that you do have the option, that this life is still in control, okay? But as always, guys, give this video a like and give it a share. I know it may be a hard one to share, but if you are able to, I know that there's someone out there that would appreciate this help today, all right? So guys, y'all take care over there.